Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate Older New Yorkers Day, our time to honor the vast and amazing contributions of older New Yorkers to their families and their communities, their place of work, the care they provide to loved ones, and the service they give to organizations every single day. When Older Americans Month was established in 1963, only 17 million living Americans had reached their 65th birthday. About a third of older Americans lived in poverty, and there were very few programs to meet their needs. Interest in older Americans and their concerns was growing. A meeting in April 1963 between President John F. Kennedy and members of the National Council of Senior Citizens led to designating May as Senior Citizens Month, the prelude to Older Americans Month. Historically, Older Americans Month has been a time to acknowledge the contributions of past and current older persons to our country, in particular, those who defended our country. Every president since John F. Kennedy has issued a formal proclamation during or before the month of May, asking that the entire nation pay tribute in some way to older persons in their communities. Older Americans Month is celebrated across the country through ceremonies, events, fairs, and other activities. In New York each year, we go a step further. We do something very unique. Working with our 59 county offices for the aging and the Association on Aging in New York, we honor exceptional individuals nominated by the counties for their spirit of civic engagement, their volunteerism, and their selflessness. We also present a Special Innovation Award for one outstanding aging services program that utilizes volunteers to address locally identified needs. For the past 3 years, we have presented this program in November to coincide with National Family Caregiver Month, extending our celebration of older adults beyond May's Older Americans Month. For decades, older adults have been portrayed as frail, needy, and costly to the health and social service systems, and really not valuable. The message has been, older adults take more than they give. This is a huge misnomer, to say the least. Individuals of all ages sometimes need assistance, but older adults as a whole consider themselves healthy, remain active and engaged, and are a very important part of the local, regional, state, and national economies, as well as the ability of community organizations to operate. Further, they give a tremendous amount of their time to hundreds of civic groups and organizations that are critical in delivering direct services and supporting local agencies. Older adults are committed to and are improving their communities and helping their neighbors. That is what defines us as New Yorkers. It is what makes us proud to be New Yorkers and to following in the example that you set. I would like to thank Governor Hochul for her friendship, support, and leadership, and for understanding the value of older New Yorkers to friends, families, and community. I would like to express profound gratitude to those across the state who have served to protect our great nation. More than 70% of our state's veterans are over the age of 60, approximately 440,000 individuals. In addition to those in active service, we recognize as part of our slate of honorees today 6 Army veterans, 2 National Guard members, 1 Marine, and 1 Air Force veteran. Let us pause and pay our respects to those men and women, past and present, who have served and continue to serve in our armed forces, and thank them for their sacrifices defending our way of life, including those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. The 2023 theme of Older Americans Month and Older New Yorkers Day is Aging Unbound, an opportunity for us all to explore diverse aging experiences and discuss how communities can combat stereotypes. The word volunteer cannot fully capture the accomplishments of this group of incredible individuals. Your commitment of time to a greater good and a greater cause is impressive. You tell the real story of what's good about people and what's good about New York. Your value is manifested in all of the lives you touch, all of the people you serve, and all of the families and communities that you make better. As a group, you commit more than 495 million hours of service, most often to multiple organizations, all for the simple goal of helping others and the desire to make a difference and to give back. You do so without fanfare. You do so not to be thanked or recognized, but you do so because you see a need, have a passion, want to give back, want to stay engaged, and want to make a difference, stepping up time and time again. During one of the most difficult times in our nation's recent history, during the COVID pandemic, older adults continued to put themselves at risk to help others by delivering food, preparing meals, providing transportation, and working with other community organizations to address the high demand for help. We thank you for those efforts and your ongoing service. What you do matters, who you are matters, and your contributions matter, and that's what makes this celebration so special. Older New Yorkers volunteer for hundreds of community-based organizations and civic groups, and your experience is an asset to all communities. Your giving back comes with exceptional life, family, and work experience, which is applicable regardless of where you serve and how you apply your talents. Make no mistake about it, older New Yorkers bring an enormous intellectual, social, and economic capital to the state of New York. Older New Yorkers and baby boomers make up 65% of all household income generated in the state. You have very high home ownership rates. You're supporting schools, local businesses, and support through your spending almost 7 million jobs. You are the #1 givers to philanthropy and charity, the largest entrepreneur group, #1 in volunteering, and a huge group supporting our tourism industry. Your skills are endless and your value is well defined. It is so well defined and recognized that states are competing for you because they recognize these extraordinary contributions. Older New Yorkers Day allows us the opportunity to demonstrate the true side of aging and not get stuck on artificial numbers that represent age, because the number and how old you are is not what defines you. It is your actions, your passions, your relationships, your commitments, your perseverance, your determination, and your goals that define you. And there is no artificial age or number you can put on that. It is our job here to highlight these attributes and put them on display. Regardless of where you come from or what your background is, there's a volunteer opportunity waiting and a life that can be changed for the better. You are indeed a diverse group of individuals. You have chosen to take your work, your life skills, your experiences, and get involved, remain involved, or enter an encore career. The older New Yorkers we honor today give of their time for literacy programs, hospice, the NAACP, the American Heart Association, Fire and Ambulance Corps, ARCs, YMCAs, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Salvation Army, Neighborhood Watch, PTA, Girl Scouts, foster grandparents, the SPCA, Kiwanis, Veterans Associations, orchestras, the VFW, and so much more. We know we could not deliver quality services in our network without volunteers providing transportation, delivering meals, providing health insurance counseling, being a long-term care ombudsman, and so much more. Today, we honor almost 100 individuals who volunteer for many local organizations. These 100 individuals have more than 5,500 years of life experience, more than 4,000 years of family experience, have volunteered for a combined 2,568 years, and raised 298 children, 295 grandchildren, 101 great-grandchildren, and 2 great-great-grandchildren. One of our honorees has been volunteering for 80 years. Among these esteemed individuals, I want to especially highlight Russell Dietrich Jr. of Chautauqua County, who was selected to receive Governor Hochul's Exemplary Volunteer Service Award for his 45-plus years volunteering. I would also like to highlight Patty Baruti and Linda Teeter from the Steuben County Office for Aging for their exemplary volunteer program meeting the needs of their community with telehealth supports. You'll be hearing more about their accomplishments later in today's program. I also want to highlight 2 honorees who volunteer for our Health Insurance Information Counseling and Assistance Program, or HICAP, and our Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. Elaine Gannon is our HICAP Counselor of the Year, having assisted hundreds of individuals over 25 years volunteering for this critical program that helps individuals navigate questions and needs related to Medicare and other insurance. Today, we also recognize 2 Ombudsmen of the Year who volunteer for our statewide program that helps individuals in long-term care facilities exercise their rights and address quality of care issues. These individuals include Fiona Desjardins of Otsego County, who works tenaciously to help residents in her assigned facilities, and Kathleen Rowe, who excels at considering all angles of the concerns that residents express to her when attempting to resolve an issue. Thank you both for your service to this important program in New York State. To all of our volunteers, how vast is your reach and how important is your time? Across the state of New York, as mentioned earlier, we have 1 million volunteers over the age of 55, providing almost 500 million hours of service at an economic value of $13.8 billion annually. But let's not just dismiss the value of the volunteer either. It has been well documented that there are tremendous health benefits to volunteering, especially among older adults. Studies have shown that active volunteering lowers the likeliness for depression and isolation, provides purpose and meaning to one's life, increases life expectancy, and lowers the rate of heart disease and other chronic illnesses that can quickly lead to more costly and intensive medical services. But let me stop and share what some of you said in your own words about the benefits of volunteering. You said, "I give back what I already have, replaying the blessings I have. I hope to change lives for the better." You said, "The greatest gift you can give is your time, because when you give your time, you are giving a portion of your life that you will never get back. Making a difference in somebody's life is what keeps me going each day." And you said, "Do what you love and love what you do. Make a difference that may not change the whole world, but it will change somebody else's world." For most of us, being older is not about fading away to a 55-plus resort community. It's about continuing to be active and engaged and connected, because we all have something we can offer no matter how old we are or what our abilities are. I believe it is vitally important that our next generation grow up valuing service as an opportunity, and that service becomes an intrinsic piece of who they are. You are, in fact, making this happen by your example, through your service to your community. In closing, I would like to quote New York's byline, "Out of many, we are one." It is the founding premise and an enduring promise that we inherited from our parents, and the promise of New York that we pass on to our children. Your work makes New York State a better place to live, to work, to grow up, and to grow older. I am very proud to offer these remarks celebrating the 2023 Older New Yorkers Day. All of us at the New York State Office for the Aging, the Association on Aging in New York State, county offices for the aging, and all of our partners want to thank you and convey how proud we all are of you and the wonderful example that you set for all of us.